Do you find yourself searching through your fabric stash for the perfect coordinates? Do you strive to be more confident in your color combinations? If you answered yes or just love fabric, then a subscription to Goodies Color Club is for you. Goodies Bundle Club is a quarterly subscription program with carefully curated fabric bundles by me sent right to your doorstep. I handpick every fabric in each delivery with 12 half-yard pieces, which will only be available to Goodies Bundle Club members. In addition to an exclusive Stash Builder bundle, each delivery includes a booklet of information on the fabrics I have chosen, the fabric designer, additional fabric suggestions to use with the bundle, and quilt patterns that would be a perfect pairing with the fabric. Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our live show, Tipsy Tuesday. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our live. It's Tipsy Tuesday today, and with me behind the scenes is, of course, Mr. HP, my trusty honey producer.
Okay, you know what to say.
Honey producer. Thank you all for being here, whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our page if you're watching on YouTube or channel, or like our page on Facebook. And then hit that bell for notification so that you will be notified whenever we go live. And we have a giveaway every show, so you want to stick around throughout the end because I have a giveaway question I will ask you. All you got to do is answer the question in our comments, and you will be entered to win a $25 gift card. I got lots of fun today to show you. We're kind of a little weathered from our activities these past few days, but excited to be here to share some new stuff with you. I'll be showing you some photos, of course, from our fabulous Fam Fest this last week and weekend. Tent sale took place on Saturday, and we had so much fun meeting everybody. I also have a great tip of the day. We're kind of continuing on with our flying geese, and I'm going to show you now how to do a trim smaller versions. And as usual, I got some great fall fabrics to show you today. But let's start with our quilts that are on the set. Mr. HP, you've got a wonderful quilt behind you that was quite the hit at the tent sale and has been. This is my Ava quilt. Ava, and made with the storyboard fabric alongside some provisions, basics from Tim Holtz. Then, on my side, we have a wonderful Kobe quilt that is made with the Desert Oasis bundle that is actually in, and I'll be showing you the fabrics today. I have 2 Halloween runners on each side because it's coming. October is coming faster than we probably want it, but we have Confetti Betty on this side made from beautiful Halloween fabrics, and then we have Off Kilter on the other side. Now, what do these 2 runners have in common? They are Quilt As You Go, because guess what? And they are previous Fast and Furious Club projects. Fast and Furious Club starts tomorrow. It's here, finally. But let's see who our winner was from our last week's show. I asked you what was the most memorable costume you've worn. Whether that was for Halloween or maybe something else. Who knows? Who knows? Our winner is, sir, can you give us a drum roll? Kathy Kerr. Congratulations, Kathy. $25 gift card is yours. Just send us an email to help@gequiltdesigns.com. And Kathy's favorite costume was she dressed up like I Love Lucy in the Chocolate Factory assembly line outfit. Oh no, that's hilarious. I hope you brought some chocolate to reenact to the party, because
is that when she was stuffing all of the chocolates?
Yeah, she couldn't
keep up.
Couldn't keep up, so it was stuffing them in her mouth. Oh my God, that's funny. That's a classic. What a great idea for a costume. That's because everybody would know what that is. Love that. All right, we're gonna kick it off with our tip of the day right away. Now, in previous Tipsy Tuesdays, if you have missed the past couple, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I shared the G-Easy method of creating flying geese. And then we showed you last week how to trim with a larger ruler. And now we're going to show you how to trim with the Stripology squared mini ruler. So we're thinking smaller flying geese. So let's check it out. Now we're going to be trimming flying geese with the Stripology squared mini ruler. And these are the charts we're going to be using. Now, first off, you should have finished your flying geese G-Easy way according to the instructions on page 18. So depending on your cutting will be all over here. I made these units to make 3 by 6 inch finished flying geese. So I'm going to be following that bottom column. And the steps to trim are in these 3 colored columns. So we have blue, and I like to add my ruler stickers in those same colors to my ruler. So step 1 is the blue, and we have the 0 slit and the 3.5. So we're going to put the 0 slit and the 3.5. For step 2 is green, is going to be 3 and 6.5. 3 and then 6.5. And then the third column is going to be 0 and 6.5. So they're always going to be the outermost stickers here, or outermost slits that you already use. So I'm just going to put these right on top. If you are trimming a lot of flying geese, it's really helpful to have all of those arrows in place. Now the other lines you're going to be making sure you look at are the white dotted diagonal lines. If you wanted to, you can put a different colored arrow just to kind of help you look at the right things. We're looking at the diagonals here, coming out from the sides, and we can put them on the top too, pointing right at that white dotted diagonal line. So now we're ready to trim. And so bring in our unit. So the first step, as described in the book, we're going to be aligning our lines with the seams here on the left side. So we're taking our lines here on the left side and aligning those white dotted lines with that seam line. And then we're going to be making cuts according to the blue arrows. So through the 0 and the 3.5. Now before we move the fabric at all, we're just going to slide the ruler over and now use the right side dotted lines to line up with the other two seams on the right side. So lining those two. And now we're going to be making cuts through the green. Our second cut through the green. And so now we have 2 units. And now all that's left is the third cut. So we turn them so that the point of the geese is facing up, pointing upwards. And now we're going to be using the white dotted lines that are here on the bottom side, lining that up with those seams. And you will notice that you have horizontal lines and a top line to line up with the edges of the flying geese unit. And then we're going to make those cuts through the pink. And here we have it, perfectly trimmed flying geese with the Stripology squared mini ruler. So here's, of course, the ruler and the book that you can find all the charts for all the flying geese. They're going to be in this one, have for all 4 rulers. The small Stripology squared mini is on page 19. And the technique for all of them is on page 18. Of course, the Master Your Stripology Rulers book is your go-to guide for all things Stripology. All right. I love that I still have my stickers on it from that video. Just keep them there in case I need them. But we, of course, loved our Fam Fest this weekend. But before we get to that, I wanted to just have 2 announcements. So first off, another thing right away coming up in October is our London Calling. And we are working on the kits nonstop. We are sending out emails with your invoices if you reserved a kit. So just please give us a little patience. Our goal is to get them all done this week. So, and if you paid already, you should be receiving a shipping notification with the tracking number for your kit. Very excited to see that come through, see you get that in your hands. And then, of course, if you ordered the thread kit that goes with it, or we sell them separately, and ask for them to ship together, you will be receiving that as well. So we are going in the order that the reservations were placed, so just be patient. We will definitely be getting to you. So it's exciting. We have a lot of London Calling colors in the warehouse, and it's just getting me excited to kick it off next month. London Calling starts on October 15th, and you can still get the introductory price for the whole whole program that is the pattern and video package, which is sold separately from the kit. You do not need the kit, the fabric kit, to do the project with us. You can also just join us with the PDF patterns and video package. But every month you will receive a pattern for that month's block and a video of me showing you all the steps, including the cutting for each and every block. So it's a perfect project to do, even if you haven't done any of them before. It's so fun to learn about the different areas of London, things to visit, and my favorite spots. So we're learning a lot as we sew an amazing quilt. And it's a lot of fun. So I hope you join us, are planning to join us. Another thing that we've been anticipating and waiting for is our Fast and Furious Club Season 4. So Season 4 kicks off officially tomorrow. September 20th is our first project goes live. So if you purchased our 9-month package, which means all of the whole season, you will automatically receive the pattern and the video in your account tomorrow morning. And so the first project is our log jam table runner. Let's take a look at it. Now, if you didn't purchase the full 9-month or the first trimester for the patterns and videos, you will also be able to purchase this project individually tomorrow. It goes live tomorrow. But what happens also tomorrow is that the introductory price for the full 9 months goes away, everybody. So you got today, if you haven't done so yet, to sign up for Fast and Furious Club. All the projects are Quilt As You Go, and we've made a few of the logjam runners. They're so much fun, and you can use one of our little kits to make those. So let's take a look at some of our other versions. So you saw that one made from which one? Songbook was the first one. This one is made from Christmas Eve, and we have that in a little kit. Beautiful, beautiful runner for a holiday look. We have one made from Frond, and I used a light gray background. So you can use a little kit, but you do need an extra yardage for that background and the backing. And then we have a Halloween version, Midnight Magic, I believe this one is. And do we have one more? No, that's 4. Yeah, that's 4. But I'm sure there'll be more because I just love making this runner. Really nice and easy pattern to start with. And if you've never done Quilt As You Go, Fast and Furious Club is a really good way to get into that because you have the videos and I take you through from start to finish of the whole project. So you learn how to finish it all the way through. Easy, easy to do. Batting is, of course, not included. We are, our batting is on its way. We were hoping, we got a tracking number, so it's arriving tomorrow, I believe, is anticipated. So we will turn around and ship it out to you, those that pre-ordered the bag of batting. It's our Bozel Quilt As You Go batting, which means it's a polyester batting that is fusible on one side. So it makes it really easy for Quilt As You Go because you iron your backing to your batting, and then we piece from the other side, quilting as we go. So when you're done piecing, you're done quilting it. You just put the binding on. So the tree skirt comes out it's our November project, so November 20th. And then we have placemats for our October projects, which is October 20th. So check it out. Advent projects begin the Tuesday before the first Sunday of Advent. And I believe it's November 28th is our first Advent. We'll talk more about that later. Yes, more about that later. Okay. Any other questions on Fast and Furious Club? So those of you also that placed orders for the starter kits, again, we're waiting for the batting. Once that comes in, we will get the starter kits out to you right away. Right away. Okay. We good? Any more questions? Okay, I'm so excited to get to this part. So our first, before we get to Fam Fest, going on right now, our inaugural Stripology instructor certification is going on as we speak. So I had to leave class to do our Tipsy Tuesday show. So we have our first class of instructors finishing up day 2 of the course. And so we have one more day tomorrow. We're very excited about this new venture, so we can bring some really skilled Stripology instructors out into the community and be teaching the masses the beauty of the Stripology way and the G-Easy patterns. So I actually asked them to send me one of their photos of one of their quilts, one or two of their quilts. So I've got some quilts to share. So it's kind of a little bit of a show and tell from our class of new instructors coming up. So we'll start with this beautiful algorithm quilt made by Cheryl. So she changed it up a little bit, added that beautiful panel in the middle, and then did algorithm blocks around it, changed out the layout a little bit, so it makes a really cool effect. So love how this turned out. This was a Northcott fabric line that I don't remember the name of it, but that's pretty common for me. I don't remember names. Next up is an aerial quilt by Joni. This was done during our Stripology retreat, and she changed it up and did her own unique layout. Love that one. Next one is an Astrid quilt made by Kathy. This was...
that one's really cool.
I know, it's super cool how it's colored. Really unique coloring. It just has this really cool artsy effect. We, first time I taught the Astrid quilt was during our virtual retreats, and Kathy has been to all of them. Here we have an Elvira quilt, actually Elvira 2 by Connie. A beautiful quilt. I love these colors. This was very successful. I love that black in there. So I love this version of our Elvira 2, which is in our newest mixology book. Then we have a Kira, also by Joni. Really love the colors of this Kira. This is done where you use the same background for half of your blocks, all your squares, and so then you can alternate between light and dark, so easily you get a lot of contrast that way. And then we have a Lexi in the Works by Susan. Love this one. Beautifully done with the black and white fabrics. I love that all of them are prints, so they're all kind of, the light ones are lower volume. The blacks have a little print in them. Makes for a super cool 3D effect. Then we have a Table Runner by Connie. That's Little Stella, which is so much fun and so easy to make, everybody. You should check it out. And a Saga is up next by Carla. Love the browns and blues in this one. Beautiful job. And then we should show the other side of this next one first. This is the Terra quilt made by Linda. And it's out of one of our rock and roll bundles. Yeah, that one. First side? Yeah, that one.
Okay.
So this is the front of it. In that bundle, there was a big panel included in the bundle. So here's what she did with the back. So she put the panel on the back.
So cool.
I know, right? You love that one.
Love it. Love it.
That's like, should be yours.
Way
really.
to go, Linda. Way to go.
So really a great job. That's so cool to incorporate that panel on the back. And then we have a Zoe quilt that's also made by Carla. Another great version and stunning colors. Beautiful job. Love the quilting too. And here's my fave. I mean, I have to say.
I want one of these.
Yeah, we all want one of these.
So
Peggy
cool.
made this jacket out of the Terra quilt. And it is stunning. It's for her, I think it's her daughter's, but she brought it to the certification and everybody's been oohing and awing over it. So now we all want to make a jacket.
How long does it take to make that?
Oh, don't ask me. I don't make clothes. I'll make the quilt, and then you can sweet talk somebody that makes...
It's never too late.
You can sweet talk Karn to make you a jacket.
Karn? Karn?
We have such talented team here that there's always somebody that got skills that I don't want to have. But I want the jacket, though, so I may have to force myself to take a class or something. You know.
You are not.
You are not
You don't believe me? Oh, man. He doesn't believe me.
It's a challenge.
But I think all these wonderfully talented instructors are going to be so great coming out to you. They are kind of from all over, so from all over the country. And our next certification will take place in Florida in end of November, beginning December, so after Thanksgiving. So if you're interested or know somebody that would be interested, check out our website. There's everything about the certification. Stripology certification has a special tab at the website, so you can check it out. But they are going to be fabulous. All right, let's talk about Fam Fest. It was an absolute blast. It is. We're still kind of savoring the joy of having our fams in our spaces, in our warehouse, and the tent sale outside. We got absolutely perfect weather for all of the events, including our cruise that we did on Friday night. And so it was just such a joy to get to spend time with them. You know, a big chunk of our team never gets to interact with our customers except for tent sale, because they don't travel to the shows with us. They don't do the virtual retreats. So I think that's always so fulfilling to be able to, look our customers in the face. So here are some great photos and videos from our Fam Fest events. Check it out. Yes, it was a great day, and this was just
so good to meet and see everybody.
I know, isn't it? It's just so special, I think. And
hi everybody that was there.
To have everybody here.
Hi everybody that wasn't there.
We will put a save the date for next year very soon, because I know some of you have been talking about it and want to really plan your trips. We feel like this time of year was really wonderful. It was a beautiful fall day in Minnesota. It was cooler. Not as hot as last year when we had it in August. So it worked out really well for us. So we hope that it worked out for you guys as well. And everybody loved the pre-tent sale events. So we'll come up with something fresh and fun every year. And it will be a destination to come to, right? All right, so speaking of, somebody asked in the questions, is there anything left? Yes, there is some stuff left.
3 things left.
So we always, like we did last year, we're going to host a cyber tent sale. Following our tent sale, once we have kind of reorganized our stuff, done inventory, make sure our numbers are all correct. And you know what? With our fabulous team, they've been working through that really fast. So we are kicking off officially our cyber tent sale next week. And the time when we're kicking it off, and you want to check it out, is during our 1 Yard Wednesday show It's going to be September 27th at 9:30 a.m. Colleen is officially going to kick off our Cyber tent sale live. So don't forget. All right. So we have, although
Can I say
merch.
something?
Yeah, you say something.
It was so fun talking long arming to all my long arming friends during tent sale.
Oh,
It was really
yeah.
cool.
They were giving you tips and all kinds
ideas.
of stuff.
It was just
Little
awesome.
tips and tricks.
Thank you guys for all the ideas and tips.
So somebody was asking, how is Riri doing?
Riri is doing great.
You got some quilting in.
I got some quilting in
last week.
Yeah, right before tent sale.
Yeah.
And then
You even had it on the long arm
the
when
long arm.
we had the tours.
Yep.
They were they checking your work?
Just checking out my work. But I said, don't look so close. Because little janky wonkiness going on.
No, it's all good. It's great. Yeah, he'll be getting back to it real soon. But make sure you watch next week, September 27th. We kick off the Cyber Tent Sale. And of course, just like it is in the regular tent sale, what's there is what's left. And so snatch it up while you can. And great rock bottom prices. All right. Okay. We're going to look at some beautiful fabric. Finally, some new fabric. And we got time and space to open our minds. I've got two beautiful kind of fall colored lines. The interesting thing is they're very similarly colored. You could actually mix them together if you wanted to. But they're kind of like fall colors, but also kind of trendy colors. So you can totally have these quilts around year round. So we're going to start with this very popular, it was a pre-order. It's called Desert Oasis. That is the quilt behind me. Can you put up the whole set so they can see that quilt? So that we made a Kobe quilt from that collection. So there it is. It's beautiful, isn't it? So we're going to start with this rust colorway here. And this is by Create Joy Project for Moda. So her classic watercolor florals and textures, but as you can see, a very different colorway for her. So I love this really beautiful cinnamon toasted brown, and then the teals. That's the kind of surprise. So we have those cinnamon colors. So you will see here with this beautiful stripe. Love this stripe. So all these different textures, a little bit of print, but adding those greens and teals, a little bit of blue, and all the different hues of tan and brown in there as well. So I added a couple of their basics. Here's a flow just to balance out the bundle. So that's that cinnamon color. We have some of these in 1 years as well. I'll show you. So then we go into more of the brown. We have this print, which is just the perfect blender. I love the little pebbles texture. So it has just all the colors on this deep brown background. And then this is another favorite. It might look kind of busy together, but I love this. So we have the brown with all of the colors and the rest of the fabrics. So then we go into our teal colorway. So we have the main floral here in the teal. And then a nice, almost a tone on tone. So we have this texture with the greens and the teals, a little bit of that blue. We have that pebbles or those circles, I don't know what they should call them, on the teal background, same that we have here in the brown. And then a stripe with all the teals and greens, and just touches of all the gold and the cinnamon color as well. And then the third grouping is the off-white, which I really, really love to mix in there. As you can see on the quilt, it just really adds a lot to it to brighten up and give some air. We have a smaller floral that has mostly just the leaves in the blues and greens. And then finally that same texture in those a light background with the blues and the greens. So you can see here, it's beautiful. So this is the bundle, 12-piece bundle, Desert Oasis. So like I said, it looks like fall colors, but it's really desert colors. So we have a couple of prints that we have in 1 yard just because they are just wonderful ombres. So they don't work as well in the bundle, but you could definitely add them. And they are just gorgeous. So we'll start with this one. This is called Desert Oasis Horizon. So you will see, so the selvage is down here. And they start with these teal, so it's kind of like a scene from the desert. We have the teals and then going into the greens, into the red rocks, and then we have the blue sky up top, and then it just repeats down on the other side. So the edges are the same. It comes to the center to this beautiful sky blue. So this is the Desert Oasis Horizon Ombre. And like I said, I've talked about this before. I love these types of ombres because when you cut it, it's like you're receiving a few different fabrics, but you're cutting from one fabric. So great idea here. Let me just leave it open like this. And the other one is called Desert Oasis Spruce Ombre. So this is more of the greens, and it looks more of the flora. So we have the green, dark greens, and then kind of lighten it out, and then we have just this beautiful print texture in the middle, this lightest texture. So going from dark to light and then back to dark on the other side. So this one is called, again, Desert Oasis Spruce Ombre. So those two are available in 1 yards. Also from coming with this line are some of her basics. So we have a Desert Oasis Redwood. It's just a little bit darker than this, but you know, with her flows, they are always just this watercolor texture. So you can have a variety of textures in here. We have the flow in the teal, which is a beautiful teal color. And then we have a green, or cypress is the color that this one is. So cypress, Desert Oasis Cypress. Beautiful green, olive green color. So then I pulled some other ones that I feel would fit great in here. I pulled a Bumbleberry's Soft Terracotta for those lighter hues of that cinnamon, which looks beautiful. I pulled a couple of browns to pull in some of these dark browns, the watercolor texture in the brown, and then Grunge Bison. So a little bit more darker, but it really tones well with the dark browns. For teals, I added the Grunge and the Dark Jade. For the greener tones, the In Between, the Moonscape in the Spruce. And then I added just that a little bit bluer Grunge in the Horizon Blue. So it's a little bit bluer, would go with some of those deeper blue tones in there. A second green, I chose a Grunge Pine for all the pine-hued greens in here. And then I chose two lights. If you wanted to add a little lightness to match these guys, I would go with Grunge in the Winter White, so it's a little bit off-white, a little creamy, or the Canvas in the Antique White. Very similar color, but a little bit less variety, less texture. It will act more calmer with these. So this is Desert Oasis. Beautiful line, and I love the quilt that we made with it. A quick Kobe quilt is going to be fun to put together with these beautiful colors. So let us know if you have any questions. And we're going to move on to the next one. So this next one is by Northcott. It is called Autumn Splendor. So I'm going to start here on the darkest, so teals again. We have the helicopter seeds that we haven't quite seen them yet, but love those. I love the mottled texture underneath, the greens and the blues. It's just beautiful. We have a beautiful fall leaves on the teal texture. And here on the darker side too, we have these beautiful branches on a little bit lighter, almost going into turquoise territory, but I love that little yellowish backside of it. We have more autumn leaves, a little bit more spaced out. Those beautiful maple leaves with the seed pods flying alongside it. And a couple of textures here. We have the tone-on-tone fall leaves, a little bit more on the greener side, and a tone-on-tone texture here that has the greens and the teals. Even lighter version of that fabric with the seeds, so tone-on-tone. And then I threw in one more basic, which has this beautiful, almost turquoise texture. Then we have this blender that they put in many of. So this is another ombre that we include in the bundle. So you'll see it goes from dark and then all the way to light. So it's not dark on both sides like the Moda ombres. So this has a full ombre effect throughout the whole selvage to selvage, which I really love because then you get all these different colors and textures. So, which is really fun to include. And then we go into some of those rusty colors again. We have the branches on this beautiful bright gold, has some green and brown in it. We have a Stonehenge texture in this medium brown color. And then finishing it off with a crackle in that beautiful kind of milk chocolate brown color. So this is our Autumn Splendor, beautiful line. And if you were wondering how well it would work with what I just showed you, look at this. This is the ombre. It could just work perfectly with these fabrics. Be fun to mix them up. But let me show you my fabric pull. I started with some variety of browns. So we have the dimples in the Cafe Noir for my darkest brown. Now it is darker than this one, but as you can see, we have dark branches. You could act as a great focus fabric because it is darker than all of these tones. Then I love this one with this. This is the ombre squares in the brown. So it has the gold tones, the dark brown tones. This was one of our Color Club fabrics a while back, and I absolutely love it in here. I would definitely include that myself if I was working on a quilt with these. Then we have a Spectrostatic in the squash. A really nice kind of a cinnamon toned texture. We have Deco Stitch in the Pecan Praline, which has more of the gold, connects these two really nicely. For another gold, Chalk and Charcoal in the Wheat. It's great with the golds here. I'm going to hop on over to the teal side. Bumbleberries in the Sarasalka Green has that deep greenish teal color that works perfectly with these. On the lighter side, Dry Brush in the Seafoam has all of the tones in some of the greener fabrics. And then a lighter one, this is Floor Elements in the Icy Blue, which I really love as a light in here. So then I added a couple of great options for a focus. Even though it's not in here, these work great. I would go with kind of a light caramel brown. So we have a grunge in the caramel. So you can add these to the bundle, or you can use it as a focus, a sashing, narrow borders and things, bindings. Or I would go with the thatched in the caramel. So that's also kind of a nice soft tan. Now for a background, if you want a background, I would choose something that has a little color to it. So this is our Spotted in the ecru. So it's a little gray and has a little yellowish hue to it. So it really blends nicely with the warm tones that are in this bundle. So another beauty from Northcott, mixing the teals and the turquoises with this beautiful brown. That's like a marriage made in heaven always. Turquoise and brown makes for a really nice contrast. So that is our new fabric.
Can you make a Kobe
Splendor.
with that?
Oh, definitely. That would be a gorgeous Kobe, just like the one from the Desert Oasis. That would be gorgeous. Totally. So many. It would be great for supersized Amelie, for like algorithm, using maybe either the caramel or the dark brown for accent, for focus. All right. Any questions on either of those? And I would love to mix them up. Like I said, even just that ombre 1 yard, you can mix that into both of the bundles. So, okay, any questions? Everybody's loving it. Now we have a show tomorrow morning. Now this week, it's one of the special weeks at GE Designs. We have 4 shows this week. So tomorrow morning, it will be 1 Yard Wednesday with Colleen, and they're going to be live at 9:30.
Live?
They're going to be live.
What?
They're going to be live.
Yeah.
As you may have noticed, their shows have been pre-recorded before, but they're going to be live this time. So that'll be exciting, and we'll be cheering them on. And then on Thursday morning, so 2 mornings in a row, we have our Perfect Pair with Nancy and Kiara at 9:30 a.m. as well, Central Time. And this show is only once a month, so you don't want to miss this one. And we will, of course, be back on Friday. But before we finish off today, let's bring up our giveaway question of the week. So my question to you, since it is very much fall, what is your favorite thing to eat or make from apples? Now this state right here and many of the Midwest states are pretty much nuts over apples. People grow their own apples. We have fresh apples. There's an apple house. It's now open, part of the University of Minnesota Arboretum.
Does that count with Applebee's?
Applebee's? No.
How about
But you can make apple pies.
apple martinis?
Yeah, well, you'd have to juice them somehow. Apple pies, apple strudels, apple sauce. I mean,
Just an
apple butter.
Just an apple.
You just want an apple?
Just an
like,
apple. They've been really
with a
good
little bit
lately.
of caramel dip. So let us know in the comments, and you're automatically entered to win our $25 gift card. So we will pull a random comment as a winner and announce it on our show next week.
When was the last time you had a good apple pie?
Oh, a few years back when we went to that place with that caramel
yellow
apple
barn?
pie. Yeah, that barn.
Where's that? Up.
It's in Jordan, the big yellow candy barn that has lots of candy. And they make pies. They sell apples and stuff. Oh my God, that was a good pie. I'm not much of a pie person because I didn't grow up with pies. It's not an Iceland thing. Oh, apple crisp is good though. Good apple crisp. Yeah. Fried apples, apple cider donuts. So they have that donut truck out there at the Apple House. Did you know that? Because I know you love little donuts, mini donuts.
I would love. I'm going to find it.
You're going to find it. So lots of ideas here. Love, love, love. We could have another question next week, like what's your favorite kind of apple? Because we have hundreds of different varieties of apples. Wow. All right, so our next show, our Tipsy Tuesday show next week is going to land on September 26th, 4 p.m. Central Time. And then our Friday show this week is going to be September 22nd on somebody's birthday. So guess what? We're taking the day off next Friday. We're going to have some subs. We're going to have some guest hosts on Friday. So make sure you check it out. We're going to celebrate Mr. HP's birthday
let me get that
on Friday. Are you going to tell him how old you are? Nope.
Oh.
Are you?
Nope.
Mr. GP is poking his head in. He'll be running the show on Friday in our absence and tomorrow morning with Colleen. So
I know there's going to be a whole bunch of other birthdays on Friday too.
Yeah,
Happy
a lot of
birthday to
folks.
everybody. This whole week. This whole month.
Well, everybody has a birthday.
No, I'm just saying our friends.
Oh, I know. So we'll celebrate you, though. I'll celebrate you on Friday. Promise.
You guys heard it.
But that's it for our show today. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Check out Colleen in the morning, and we won't see you until next week. But you got lots of shows to watch this week. So check you later. Bye.